Hey guys and gals, this is Nathan coming at you with another episode of Comic Coloring Tips and Tricks. This will be episode number 29. Let's see what to talk about first. I think we're at that point with the Comic Coloring 101 where I feel like I've taught all that I know for beginners, and it's going to kind of merge into the tips and tricks series where still be doing tutorials. Some of it I might think of stuff that might help out the beginners a little bit more. So it might go kind of back and forth, and hopefully it doesn't get too boring for the more experienced people as far as comic coloring goes. But yeah, this episode I want to talk about contrast, which I see can be a hassle for both the beginners and the more experienced. First off, this is a Black Queen piece done by Guile. On DeviantArt, he goes by Spider Guile. I'll put a link in the description, so make sure you guys check out more of his artwork. But he's always doing like these amazing pieces at his drink and draws. Let's see. So here, it's like I have my flats done, and I went ahead and colored up a piece. Like I get messages or emails to check out different pieces from people that have looked at my videos and stuff. I think it's just something I quickly threw together, and I'm not trying to badmouth anybody or make anybody feel bad. This is all about learning. If you can't learn from a critique, then there probably isn't much that you're going to learn ever. But I'll see like this, not necessarily like the rendering style, but just like you can see like the lightness. I'll see pieces like this is rendered, whether it be last one airbrush or just quickly airbrushed, whatever. Yeah, it is rendered. You could see a little bit of shadow and a little bit of highlight, but it doesn't really tell much. And one of the ways that I like to take a look at things is I'll go down on top. I'll go to my line art layer. So that's when I do like an adjustment layer to go on top of everything else. If you do like a hue saturation layer, just take all the saturation out of it. Oops, looks like I had a selection active. Let me just do that. So you can see, from a distance, it just still looks flat. I could turn that off and you can still see, that's the flats, and that's the rendered. There's not a whole lot of difference between this color of the leg and this color. You go like that. Yeah, there is a little bit, but it's just so subtle. When you're looking at it in black and white, it just really doesn't pop out. The red of the cape, the darkness of the cape looks the exact same as her glove or her corset. And it's just really, really flat. Not a whole lot of interest going on. Other ways you could check it out. So like if you do like a new layer, fill it with black. Oops. You set that to color. You get the same feel. Another good way to check your contrast. So I'm going to show you some tips. So here's like the cleaned up version. I did change the background some so it fits a little bit better. But I'm just going to go through and kind of render kind of quickly. Usually I'll start off with the darker skin tone for shadows. And again, I'm just going to do this real quick, just kind of illustrate some points. And I'm just going to go in with the airbrush, just setting up my medium tones. This is a soft airbrush. It's the same one that comes with Photoshop. So you don't have to worry about like, oh, what brush is he using? Well, you have it. Get a little nose there. There you go. And again, this is just real rough. Let's see. There's your knees. See, you know, like that, I mean, it looks okay. But let's go ahead and add an even brighter. You see what I'm saying? I mean, just go in one shade lighter. We'll leave that kind of dark because that's more behind her. And again, don't want to go too light on the neck because that's pushed back a little bit further. So I'll keep that more in darkness. All right, so we have, let's go ahead and pull up that adjustment layer and see how that looks. Turn the saturation down. So you can already see like how much difference. You can tell like there's a light and a dark, or a mid-tone and then like a lighter color on top of it. Oops, do the whole thing there. We could also do, to help add a little bit more interest as well, is that light. Oops. And there goes the AC. We'll have a little bit reflection under the boob. Oops. Where did my selection go? I'll just do a new one. Just kind of smoothing out some of these things here. Microphone's in the way. I keep on hitting Command G instead of Command H. So that's why you keep on seeing a group pop up. I'm not actually coloring in groups. Just keeps on popping up because I'm hitting the wrong key on the keyboard. This would be the top of the knee where the light's hitting it. get in here a little bit, collarbones. You don't want to get too crazy on the neck. I'm going to start just looking manly and cut. And again, we're just going to go back and, oops, I'm going to go to my flat, select the skin tones, and we'll just throw that back into some more shadow. It's a little too light. Yeah, looks good. All right, now the face. Look at that top of the bottom eyelid. Women's faces are a lot tougher. You don't want to get all crazy with the shadows and stuff, because then it just kind of looks more manly. That's way too much. But at the same time, you do have that little bit of shadow underneath the eyes. So I just want to kind of indicate that a little bit. A little bit of nostril going in there. I'll clean that up in a little bit. The bottom of the ears going. Looks all right. Just kind of even out this bit of, like, just me deselect everything. Just kind of airbrush, kind of smooth this out a little bit here. All right, let's get our rim lights going. Okay, let's do maybe a drop shadow from the hair coming down. Get that dark skin tone, throw that down in there. So whether it doesn't look like the hair is just kind of sitting on her head, you know? Oops. And then just to add a little bit more contrast around the eyes, probably also just because she's like the Black Queen, should probably do like a little bit of makeup treatment or something. We'll do like a smoky eye. Let's see that. Let me put it on a new layer on top. We'll set that to multiply. Looks pretty good. A little bit of drop shadow from her nose. Actually, no, we'll just save that for... So we'll keep that eye makeup separate in case you want to adjust it. So I'll get a little bit. So yeah, this painter's wheel, that's a new thing I've been playing around with. I've been looking for one for a while, and this in here is a free one. I'll put a video up pretty soon for that. So I've had lots of people asking if I have one, or if I have like a nice cheap one or free one that I could recommend. And so far I'm digging it. You know, it saves me an extra step having to go and find, well, not find anything, but click. You know, I don't have to go over here and click on this and then find what I'm looking for, and plus I can just easily scroll through different colors to find what I'm looking for. Comes in handy. Let's see. Just kind of darken that up. Maybe that's too dark. But the neck is going to be in shadow, so I think that looks all right. Let's bring this over here too. Maybe a little bit here. Yeah, that looks good. We'll have her breast drop a shadow as well. And then definitely from the cape, and then her breast here. So you just kind of have to think like where the light would fall. Is that too dark? I'm gonna do like a kind of gradient like that. That looks all right. Oh, let's see, and then from the rose, and the rest of this from her hair, and back over here to the cape again. And this will just help add some more depth to it, to the piece. I think that looks good. Maybe a little bit. I don't know if this will look wacky. Yeah, looks like she has dirty knees. I guess we'll just keep it like that. Let's see, where else? Oh, I need some from these guys. And this is like where it really comes in handy to have that flats layer. You don't want to mess up or anything. We'll slap that down. Darken up her belly button here. We'll have this one drop in a shadow. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. And then right here, very subtle, but yeah. All right, there's our skin tones. So we could see already with the hue saturation, we got plenty of contrast going on, so it looks good. Let's see, the eyes. We don't see... I know everybody has a big mistake of doing white eyes. Sorry, just getting a drink of tea here. But in actuality, like the eyes of your whites, they're not really white. So usually what I'll do, I'll grab like the light skin tone, and I'll just kind of lighten that up a little bit. And then from there, you can highlight it. But you just don't want really shockingly white eyes, or the eyeballs. Let me see, grab that. And just grab it, put this on screen real quick. So I can add like a little bright. Just wanted to make this nice and shocking looking, captivating. Let's see, lips. We'll do the same. Let's see. Looks like a good color. Just kind of airbrush in a highlight, and then we'll go. Oh, my brush is still on screen. I was like, why is that so light? You see, brush normal. Most of the time, I do color on normal. Gives me more control. I know what that color is going to do. You know. Let's grab my dodge tool. Just hit it just a little bit. I like that looks pretty good. And usually, what I'll do is like this top lip. Let's kind of darken that a little bit. That's getting a little bit more shadow. And then maybe I'll just kind of draw in. Let's see how this will look. Because this, it's not a milk mustache or anything, but this part of your lip where underneath your nose, where the upper lip is, it does curl up and out. So that's going to catch a little bit of light. You know, I don't want to emphasize it too much again, but you know, just a little. I think usually helps. And then also kind of want to grab, well, you know what, I'll just do a selection. Maybe a little bit of dimples. Nah, not dimples. What do you call them? Isn't too much. Yeah, I'll just leave them out. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So it's one of those things you have to kind of play around with. Right now I'm looking at that eyeshadow we put on her, so I'm just kind of adding a little bit more color to it. I like that purple, it looks pretty good. So I think we'll leave that. Let's see. Now for the cape. I usually don't like doing too many big selections on flowing cloth, because then it just kind of, I don't know, it looks kind of weird. Oops, it's on my flat layer. So usually what I'll do, I'll just kind of, with the soft brush, just kind of sketch in like where my stuff is going to go. So that's going to kind of go over here like that. This is more rounded, so that's kind of going to go a little bit more into shadow. That guy is going to come out like that. So I have like a rough idea what that's going to look like. So now I could just go in and do one. Sorry, hold on. It's tough to do like these nice sweeping guys. The selections. Oops, let me hit it there. you'll see a little bit here, just a tad. Yeah, I don't want to make it look too plasticky, so that's probably the most I'll do. Maybe even go in there and soften it up some more, you know. And the AC again. All right. So let's go ahead and continue with this business. So, kind of keep in mind it's going back towards her, to her back. So we're gonna have some shadows that we're gonna play around with as well. So probably behind. I mean, I'm not really gonna look at the back of the cape. It's, you know, it's not really that important. It's gonna mostly be in shadow, so not really gonna go in and do selections on that. Just kind of paint it in with a soft airbrush, and that'll do it. And again, that contrast of back here compared to here, you know, you could tell this here is coming forward and this is being pushed back. So, but what I shall do, oops, let me turn that off. I'm gonna go ahead and darken it some more. I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, I like those reds. But yeah, just select this part. It's kind of softening these edges a little bit. I guess you could kind of do it with the blur tool if you wanted to. But again, I just like having the control. And then down here at the bottom, we can have, so like a little bit more of this color. This maybe that might be reflecting off the floor or something like that, you know. And then I'm just gonna indicate like some kind of shadow here from her legs. She's going to be blocking that light. And I think that does it for the cape. And let's see for the roses. I'm not going to color the whole piece. I'm going to save the leather for next episode. So I got some nice tricks to show you guys on that stuff. Kind of follows in the same line as far as like the metal I did on Colossus for last episode. I think that's another rose petal, right? Yeah. But yeah, it's gonna make the latex, leather, whatever, you know, really nice and shiny and stand out. So that'll be next week's episode. So you have to make sure you tune in for that one. I'm just kind of hitting it real quick with with my dodge tool, just because I'm trying to speed it up a little bit. Just because I'm sure I'm going over time right now. Should have checked to see what time I started. And then let's get this guy. light shadow, I guess. I think another issue a lot of beginners have is like, oh, I gotta color every single little thing, and you don't. You know, just hit the important spots, and then that'll do it. You know, the eye works in crazy ways. You know, so it'll just, if it's missing information, it'll kind of piece it together, and like, oh yeah, okay, hey, this is supposed to be like this, so let me do that. Right here, I'm just kind of going in with the darker color and just kind of drawing back in where the shadows should be. So I think that looks pretty good. So yeah, now it looks like there's an actual light source on it. I'll do the same for down here. Alright, and let's see. Yeah, I guess I got time. Let me do the hair real quick. So, oops, let me fix, this is bugging me. Let me get that red color. It's the inside of the cape. Alright, hair. Let me put that on a new layer in case I want to make adjustments to it. Usually go in with my hybrid brush. Again, for those that haven't seen it, let me click on this. And it's just a hardness set around anywhere from like 50 to 40 is fine. The spacing is way down. Usually I'll use it with the shape dynamics off, but for hair I'll have it on. And let me just grab like a lighter shade here. And just kind of think like in clumps. You know, there's no need to color every single strand of hair. And everybody has a different way to do it, so don't get frustrated. Eventually, you know, with enough practice, you'll find something that works for you. But what you want to think is like, here's the top of the head, and the head is still round. So, and it has like the crown, like where the, on top of the head, the light's going to hit it, depending on where your light source is. In our case, the light source seems to be coming from that direction, the way we've been kind of working it, or maybe a little bit higher, like that direction. So yeah, just kind of keep that in mind as you're doing your hair. You know, keep it consistent. So I'm having it, most of my highlights are going to be here. And again, you're not drawing in every single strand. And this part back here is just going to be dark, so I'm not really worried about that. Let's see, kind of clean this up a little bit. I might go in, let's see, with the little bit darker tone. And I'll go back to my soft brush. Just kind of darken that up a little bit. And then let's get it colored these in darker. Just to make sure that I remember that that's supposed to be dark. Yeah, you can also kind of go in and draw in some shadows on here. It's just going to give it more direction, more volume, more interest in general, you know. Alright, so we got that. Let me pick up this color again. Go back to my hybrid brush. Turn on my shape dynamics. This time I'm going to go in and let's set it to screen. And what it's going to do, because I'm going to be drawing in smaller strands, but it's going to be not only hitting this other color that's there, this darker color, and the mid color that we started with. So it's going to add all, like a screen on top of all those different colors. And it's just going to add more like color variation in it. And again, I'm not I always want to draw every single strand, but I'm not doing it. And again, this just takes a lot of practice. Like I said, everybody has like their own different ways of doing hair. You know, you might have something that works better for you. You know, it took me a long time to figure out how I like doing it. I mean, back when I was actually coloring comic books for a living, this definitely wasn't the way that I would do it. So let's see. Now I have my dodge tool set to highlights for the range, and then the exposure is at 100%. Just so I can just kind of a little kiss, you know, and these spots where the light's going to hit it more, where the hair is turned towards the light. You know, not too much. I don't want to get too crazy with it. And let me go back to normal, just so I can grab that darken that back up. Again, hitting some of these, oops, too much. Don't be afraid to go back and, you know, clean stuff up that you're not happy with, you know, just a quick brush stroke or whatever. You know, it's the great thing about Photoshop, you know. You can always go back and adjust things, you know, tweak things that you're not too sure about or what have you. All right, I think that'll do it. I think I don't want to get too crazy with the hair, but I do need to upload this video. It's the first time in a while, like I've had a little bit of time at least to do a new video for you guys. So I'm happy about that. But oh yeah, one thing I wanted to talk about. I had that button on the YouTube front page to not support me, but you know, if you want to donate, you know, a couple bucks or whatever, $1.50, you know, whatever you have. Don't feel you have to, you know, but if you feel like, you know, you've learned something from my videos, you want to throw just, you know, just send me a tip or whatever, yeah, feel free to do that. That'll definitely free up more time, like feel like less pressed to you know, have to do freelance work. And then, you know, I should be able to have more time to do more tutorials instead of having the Let's Colors all the time. So yeah, I just want to throw that out there and let you guys know about that. I know I keep on forgetting to mention it, but you know, I want to come out and like, hey, throw me some money, you know, because that's not why I do this. But you know, if you want to see more tutorials, that'll be the way to do it. So I'm not as busy doing freelance work all the time. But yeah, we'll go ahead and end it here, and then next episode, like I said, we'll do the latex. And if you like what you've seen so far, hit the like button. Excuse me, dry throat. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed already, please do. We went over 5,000 subscribers already. I was like pretty excited about that. So I want to thank everybody out there for supporting me and liking what I'm doing. Keep coming back every Friday. We'll have new videos up. And yeah, that's going to do it for today. So thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you next time. All right, bye.